Hey everyone, it is great to see you guys. It's been a few weeks since my last update where I told you things were kind of going on that I had to step back and kind of reevaluate. I am excited to tell you that it's finally looking up, and I do want to share a little bit of what's been going on because you guys, it's just been weighing on my mind. You know, the whole reason that I started doing videos on YouTube was because I wanted to be held accountable and I wanted to kind of build a community around me and, support people and have people help support me as well. So I just kind of wanted to let you guys know, I have a full time job. I work out of the home 9 hours of the day, and I have 3 kids. I have my daughter who is 9, I have a stepdaughter who is 8, and my husband and I have a baby together who just turned a year in February. And I was a single mom before I met him, and we got married last June, and now I am a mother in a blended family, and it is great, and I love every minute of it, but I also think that a lot of it just kind of came on really fast. I love every moment, I do. It was a change. When you go from one parent, one child, that's all you do, and your child's old enough to sustain herself, it's a different world. And so now I had a baby in the mix, and then now, we get my stepdaughter every other weekend, unless there's things going on, and sometimes we get her 2 weekends or whatever. We have a great relationship with her mom. So that's just been an adjustment period, just learning how to have a baby again and then have another child that's also depending on you to take care of her is, it's just a whirlwind. It's kind of overwhelming sometimes, but working outside of the home, and then we moved into my mother's house last summer to help out with her financial situation, and then we were also wanting to save money up to start building our home. And so, we went through some things. My husband was out of a job for about a month, and then the job that he got after that just really wasn't cutting it. So we went through about 2 or 3 months, but that's all it takes really to be financially strapped. When you're used to paying a month ahead of things, and you're used to, being able to, hey, the kids need diapers, or we need food, whatever. You just drop, it's not a concern. You don't have to check the bank account. You just know. And in those couple of months, we had some great things happen with my job. However, that helped fill the gaps of what he wasn't able to provide. And with that being said, it just got really hard to bounce out of that. It took us about another 3 or 4 months to finally get on our feet a little bit. But, having to put my baby in daycare in October because my mom actually went back to working outside of her home as well. And I had to put the baby in daycare. So now that's an added financial burden. And now she's being susceptible to or exposed to more. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of a crisis. Anyway, we put her in daycare, and now she is around all the germs that come with being around other babies. And the first week she was there, she had hand, foot, mouth. I didn't know about it. She was also teething at the same time, and it was just a horrible, awful weekend of trying to figure out what was making her uncomfortable, what was hurting her, why she had these spots. It was bad. And that just kind of started a downward spiral of constant illnesses, ear infections. Now we're going next week to an ENT, and she's going to probably going to need tubes. And so that's been hard to deal with because now I was a home mom with my first daughter, Layla. And I mean, for the first year and a half or so, I was home with her every day. So I was there for her, and not being able to be there for Olivia and Layla has just been really hard for me. Combine that with the added stresses of my job. I love what I do. I love where I work. But it's a job that requires a lot of your time. It requires a lot of... When I come home, I'm mentally exhausted. It's just constant brain power all day long, and then you're done there. Well, now you have to take care of the kids all night, and you have to just be present for them. And that's hard as well because my husband works very long, weird hours. Sometimes it's 12 hours during the day and he's home by 9 o'clock at night. Sometimes it's overnight. Sometimes it's 2 days in a row. It just depends on what's going on. So a lot of it I'm doing by myself. And so I just started to get overwhelmed, and I started to get really where I wasn't sure how I was going to get out of it. And I wanted to shut down. I wanted to go into my room and just cry and go to sleep. And it's, I'd never been there before. I'm usually really strong. I'm usually, I try to, shake it off, like suck it up, buttercup, because this is the ride you're on. And, I pray about it all the time, and, and I find a lot of solace in that, but it just gets to the point where it's just, I can't anymore, and my back is breaking, and I can't. And so I started seeing a counselor. And she, has been telling me for a while that it's anxiety. And I am somebody who is very, I'm into therapy, and I feel like everyone should go through therapy all the time. It's great. But I do have an issue with medication, and I feel like, there's got to be another way. I feel like there's got to be something that I can do that's not medicating myself every day to make sure that I'm feeling okay. And it was really hard for me because I've tried everything. I've tried running, or exercising. I've tried I turned to food. And so that's been really hard for me for my weight loss, because as soon as I get depressed, well, food makes me feel better, but then I feel bad because I'm eating all this bad food, and that's not helping me lose weight. So it's this cycle that just, So it's been a very trying time. I saw my doctor after I, spoke with my counselor again. I had an emergency meeting with her, and, she's like, go talk to your doctor. So I spoke with my doctor, and, he put me on a anti-anxiety medication, and it's been very hard for me to stay active on that, though. It's been very hard for me to take it every day because I feel like I'm not a dependent person. I don't want to be dependent on chemicals that I put in my body, and which also makes food, hard, because a lot of the food that makes you feel better is food that's actually bad for you. So, mashed potatoes, fried foods, processed foods, things from, McDonald's, Whataburger, whatever. It's hard. And so I'm slowly trying to break away from all of those things. Part of that will be when my daughter gets out of school in June, I will be a stay-at-home mom again. And it is something that my husband and I really talked about. He's wanted me at home since we put her in daycare. The baby in daycare. He's like, I don't want someone else raising my kid, and, we'll be okay. And at that point, it just financially wasn't smart. We were, sorry if you hear the kids, Olivia's trying to climb the stairs, and they're trying to keep her from not climbing the stairs, and that's just hard. But, it wasn't smart back then, and now we're in a better place, and to have both of my kids in daycare would just be absolute. I would be at work all day just so that they could be at daycare all day. That's all I would pay for. So, we're going to try this out. So I'm really excited. I can already feel the burden coming off my shoulders a little bit, and I definitely feel like it's the right thing to do. I feel like it's the right time. We have things lined up that I'm going to be doing, and I'll talk about that more in another video. But I did want to come out and at least let you guys know that I'm back. The weight loss videos will probably start back up soon, maybe once I am home every day. I don't know that I have enough right now to, it's like baby steps, bite off a little bit at a time and not get overwhelmed like I was before. So we're definitely I'm going to get back on that, but I can't say that it's going to be like this week. But I do want to put up videos and talk to you guys about different things that are going on, different things that are helping. I've got some different ideas, so I appreciate you guys just being there for me and understanding that, hey, life happens. And, if you want to hear more about my journey to recovery of, how I'm going to deal with anxiety, and, I know it's not going to go away when I'm home, because that brings on a totally new set of, stresses. But it's a start, and it's something that I think if I go into it happy and happy about what I'm doing and knowing that this is what's going on, then I think I'll be a lot better off. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're not, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Bye.